you want to just pass me that?
We'll be right back after these messages. Do you ever feel like your prostate isn't tight enough? Well, do we have the solution to you? Introducing Buttermilk Bread.
Sponsored by Asa Butterfield.
Can I have a glass of water too?
You're one of those people.
I'm gonna hit you hard.
Can't stop me from drinking water.
Because we can't stop. And we won't stop.
Please.
Are we in heaven?
Run the jewels.
Alright.
Run the jewels.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hello and welcome to an episode of Talking Shit. My name is Barrett Courtney, and here joined with me are my two great co-hosts and even better friends, Henry Montiero and Fluffy Osmosis.
Yeah.
Fluffy, you're the second guest that we've had on this show because Ricky is lost out in the world somewhere. Hashtag Free Ricky. And here at Talking Shit, one of the three of us will bring a topic of discussion so you can watch and tell your mom later on, hey, I watched these three assholes make assholes of themselves on the internet.
And your mom can tell you, I don't care, please get a job.
Exactly, and then your mom can kick you out of the house. So today I'm going to bring in a topic. And it's sort of a nostalgic one because I'm a very nostalgic person. It's the emotion that hits me hardest.
You used to be a pirate.
I used to be a pirate in my past life because whenever I see I play pirate video games like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, or I watch Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a nostalgic feeling in me, so the only possible explanation is that I used to be a pirate in my past life. So anyway, my topic today is childhood classics and like shit that was so awesome as a kid. And I've got 5 categories: books, movies, TV shows, music in general. It could be songs, albums, bands, or whatever, and video games. And so how we're going to do this is that, like, for each category, we're going to go around the circle. Okay. We'll start with books, and we'll do 2 for each. We'll do 2 books, 2 movies, so on and so forth. So I'll start, and we'll start with books. And we're going to do childhood up to middle school. And I think this is very fitting because our friend Henry Montiero is graduating high school this Wednesday. So he's turning into adult, and so I wanted to take the time to have him remember his childhood before he turns into
I was
an adult.
born into the black void.
See,
we're all born to die eventually.
See, I want him to remember his past so he doesn't have to be so Marilyn Manson about everything. So first we're going to do books, and I just want to say I had a very weird childhood when it came to books. Coming up from Ohio, Goosebumps was the shit because the author was from Ohio, so we're like, represent.
There's someone from Ohio.
There's someone from Ohio. So that's not one of the 2 that like I'm gonna shout out today. But just to give some context, like going into elementary school is all about Goosebumps with everybody.
Yeah.
And then going into middle school, I had a very weird phase in middle school where I was grounded all the fucking time because I was a shitty student. So I had time to just read shit. And one of the things, and I read books that were way beyond my reading level at the time. One of them has a movie, and the movie is called Simon Birch. And I really like this movie. It's about like this kid who's born disabled and all this stuff, and he goes through like all of these great triumphs and all this shit. And I was like, oh, and my dad told me, oh, this is based off of a book called Prayer for Owen Meany. I was like, oh, I want to read that book. And I thought, I was like, oh, it must be a middle school book or something. So I went to our middle school library. I was looking for it. And I went up to the librarian, and I was like, hey, you guys have a Prayer for Owen Meany? I can't find it. And she gives me the weirdest fucking look, like, how old are you? I was like, I don't know. Like, it seems like a normal book for kids. She's like, I got a copy of it by myself. You can read it, I guess. I'll let you borrow it. So the next day she comes in, it's like this big. It's like this super big book. And it was about like it was like very religious heavy, like the kid who is born disabled like goes through believing in God and like has like he knows how his future is gonna pan out because of messages from God, and it's a very it's an interesting book about religion, especially for me growing up. That never really resonated with me. So that book weirdly spoke to me in a way, and I would love to go back to it because I haven't read it since then. And I read it over winter break because I was grounded through winter break. I was grounded through Christmas one year, and I don't fucking remember why. I was a shitty kid. So yeah, a prayer for Owen Meany is one, and my other one is a series called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which yeah, you like that. It was really cool because the movie had come out like in 2004 or something, and my dad and I saw it, and he actually had me watch like the TV series, the TV movie series, and then he got me this big ass book of all of the books of the whole series in one. And I think I lent that to you, Henry.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten that back yet.
Do you want it back?
Eventually, I do want to like go through and like read it again because it was just I really like stories about like back in the old days about like traveling through the ocean because it was like these uncharted places and it was full of mystery, and now that's all about space because we know all about Earth. Who gives a fuck about Earth anymore? It's all about space now. You give a fuck about Earth?
We don't know what's in the oceans.
Oh God, don't talk. No. I'm hydrophobic. Don't talk about the ocean.
You're drinking water.
That's not what that means.
Okay. Are you sure? Hydro
Well, okay.
is water.
Hydrophobia does not only like pertain to being afraid of water in general. It's also like
How
the
can you be
unknown
Well, isn't
in
that
the
like
water, like
mysterious phobia or something?
mysterious phobia.
That's a thing. Look it up. It's probably
Probably.
on-
There's
oh
like
no,
a
the things
phobia
that
for
we are
everything.
uncertain about.
There's a phobia for like everything now. So
Yep.
Like being afraid of the gays.
or light.
Homophobia.
Hmm.
It's the most ridiculous of all of the phobias. It's like being a sex addict. It doesn't really exist. You're just a dick.
Like a nympho or something. Yeah.
I'm a sex addict. I need my fix. Come with me.
So anyway, going back to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's about sex addiction.
Sure.
What do you think?
It was all about like the space and like the you go along with this guy who has a best friend who's an alien, and he didn't know it, and his best friend comes over. He's like, "Dude, the Earth's gonna be destroyed in like 15 minutes. We got to get out of here." And he's literally thrown into like this like new like world basically, and it's really cool. A classic. The first one is definitely a classic. I would go to say that the second one, which is the restaurant at the end of the universe.
I thought that was the last one.
Oh, it might be.
There's also isn't Mostly Harmless one of them.
Mostly Harmless is one of them.
So long
I don't know.
as
It's been
it's
a very long time since I've read through all of those. But Hitchhiker's Guide, the first book itself, is definitely a classic.
42.
So those are my two books.
Look how many books are in.
Henris, what are your two childhood classic books?
My first book is a series of unfortunate events.
Damn. That's a great book series. Have you read that book series? You fucking should.
No.
Because that was like another like, because it went off of Goosebumps almost, you know, of like how like sort of fucking
Yeah.
weird and dark it was.
And I remember like it's the first book where it was like, I read like The Austere Academy,
Yeah.
like in one day.
Yeah.
It was the first book I ever did that with.
Mm.
Because it was just like I couldn't stop reading it. I love all the books. Too bad the movie sucked. I hope the Netflix series is good. My second book is The Phantom Toll Booth.
Oh shit! That's my jam.
And that's one of
That's a
my
great book.
that's one of my favorite books.
Have
of
you
all
read
time.
that book?
No.
Dude, this guy does
Okay.
not know fucking anything.
I don't read books that often. That's all I have to say.
You don't
You're-
deserve hats.
So it's safe to say that you are an illiterate man. No, wait, did I say that?
I
right?
can read.
said that.
Illiterate.
He's illiterate.
He's illiterate.
He's illiterate.
Ma-
He's
actually-
illiterate.
Not until recently, actually, I've started getting into books.
What have you been reading lately?
Catcher in the Rye, the things they carry.
The things that they make you read in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like those books.
So back to Phantom Toll Booth.
Yeah, Phantom Toll.
I like it.
No,
Yeah.
What's it about?
The Phantom Toll Booth is about this little kid named Milo, who
Your little brother?
yeah,
Okay.
Who?
who gets into this little Dude,
He gets
like,
it. Like,
gets
he
a
gets
gift
sent
as a
a
toll.
package,
He gets this package, and it's like this is a toll booth, but the thingy and the thingy.
and he gets like a little car,
Yeah,
and he drives it past the toll booth, and then he gets
He-
sent into this world.
he enters a magical world where everything is literal.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's one of those classics where it's very like metaphorical in a way. A lot like The Little Prince.
Yeah,
It's just
which was about the Holocaust.
it was. We're looking at you, Hitler.
We know you're dead. Give me the sunglasses.
Mecca Hitler's out there somewhere.
That's what I'd say.
God.
You don't want to do
so
that.
blind.
Wait.
All right, rotate.
Change places.
Yeah, Phantom Toll Booth, fucking awesome. All right, Fluffy Osmosis. Do you have anything you read as a child? Please tell me you read something.
I read Madonna's sex book.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Now that's child.
And what was that one? That was the one where he's a sex addict.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't like this.
he's going in. All the,
She-
know.
no.
he's going in all the holes of the fruits.
Stop talking about the very hungry caterpillar.
Just so you,
This is the whole layout of the book, people.
He sexualized it, not me. and then he
It's just holes and him going through them.
he's in 3D. Just so
It pops out at you at the end.
I want you to
get
pitch down
You get
every-
a special surprise.
I want you
Oh!
to pitch.
Oh crap! What are
want you to pitch down
the
everything
Shel
that Shimoda
Silverstein
said.
books?
What?
The,
That's a good one.
what
Shel
was it?
Silverstein.
Silverstein
Oh yeah.
books.
Those
like,
are great.
Those series, like I love those books.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great.
I think another one I would have to shout out to. What's the Raw Doll book about the?
Oh,
angry...
Big Friendly Giant?
No.
No, the other one.
The one about like the angry couple, and how they hate each other and they're constantly fucking with each other.
Oh,
Mr.
the
and Mrs. Smith.
the babushka, whatever woman.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another one.
There's that one stuck with me because I remember this prank the husband pulls where he's trying to convince his wife that she's growing smaller and smaller
Yeah,
and smaller.
yeah.
And he's like constantly making like her chair like really really big.
Yeah.
So there's
The Roald Dahl book that sticks with me is George's Marvelous Medicine because I would read it and think she should be dead. There's antifreeze in that.
All right.
He forgot to put the spices in at the end, and that's why she disappeared.
Moving on. We're now going on to movies. Childhood classic movies.
Oh,
Debbie
Lord.
Does Dallas.
Ah.
Yes. I would have to for childhood movies. The one that's the best and very underrated is Holes.
Mm.
'Cause that
Shy surprise.
Surprise.
Shia LaBeouf, like it was a really good film adaptation of that book because I went to read the book.
I never did it. Read or watched either.
I didn't read the book.
But,
I went to read it afterwards, and it was almost spot on. There was like two things they changed a little differently, but that movie is just awesome. It's a classic about fate and family
in holes.
and a white kid fixing everything, which never happens. It's
With-
always
with-
the white guy
with-
ruining
with
shit.
his African American friend.
With his African American. No, well he fixes the family feud
Mm-hmm.
by carrying the African friend up the mountain.
Yeah. That's what it
God, it's
was.
such a great story.
I have no idea what this movie's about.
Have you never seen Holes?
No.
You haven't seen those?
What the? What the fuck kind of childhood did you have?
They made me watch Beavis and Butthead because they thought it would be funny to have a kid watch Beavis and Butthead.
Fire!
Fire!
The Great Cornholio! Yeah, I love
No, we're
How
not.
do you go through? You need. Fuck.
But we're on movies right now.
Huh?
Not shows.
Yeah, we're on movies
We're on
right
movies,
now,
not
not
shows.
shows, not TV shows.
I mean, technically, they made a movie of Beavis and Butthead Do America,
The
but...
first R-rated movie I ever saw was V for Vendetta.
Oh, that's a one.
It's a great childhood that you have.
But anyway, explain
what's it-
Holes to
Childhood
me.
TV.
So, so
Arrested
Holes.
Development.
I'm gonna give you the premise here. Holes is about this kid who apparently stole a pair of shoes from an orphanage like donation thing, and the shoes
Yeah.
belong to a famous baseball player. And so he gets. It's like this big thing. He gets sent to trial, and they give him two options: is to go to prison
For shoes.
or go to juvie or whatever, or
Yeah.
go to Camp Green Lake. Camp Green Lake, because the whole ironic thing
Yeah.
is it's called Camp Green Lake, and then you go and it's this fucking desert.
Yeah.
And so he gets sent to this camp, which is basically their punishment is they go out into this desert and they dig a hole each day that they're there.
Is this Shawshank Redemption?
It has a good feeling at the end. At the very end, you know what I'm talking about? The raining scene.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
has
yeah.
a Shawshank
It ha-
vibe
it
at the
has
very
the-
end.
the raining
I think
scene.
it's a great like. It's a really good children's version of Shawshank Redemption. That movie's a fucking treasure. I need to make you watch that movie.
Okay.
What are you doing later today?
Crying.
So you'll love holes.
I can hit you.
I'm trying to think of another movie because Holes is definitely the standout.
Do the right thing.
I didn't watch that actually until
You
high
didn't
school.
watch it, right? Alright.
Yeah, we watched it in Wellness Center or not Wellness Center.
The
What's Morgan teach? He does peer
Oh,
resources.
peer resource, yeah.
Yeah, we
Hey
watched
kids,
it.
we're gonna watch Do the Right Thing, featuring Steve Buscemi.
For childhood, yeah, Spy Kids.
Oh,
No, I'm not gonna take Spy Kids. That's yours. You can talk about that.
I wasn't gonna talk about
Okay,
it. I have a
um,
couple
My
of
kids
mine.
is disgusting.
I would have to say, and people are gonna hate me for this, but Star Wars Episode 1: Phantom Menace. Because at the time, that movie was so fucking cool when you're a little kid. And you got like
That's true.
the crazy, all this ADD stuff going on, and it was just awesome. It was boring for the first 45 minutes for all children everywhere,
And adults.
but then it got really cool for kids after
And
that.
not for adults.
Not for adults. So I just have to shout that out because that movie was my jam when I was really little, and then I grew up
When
and
you
I was
were
just
an
like,
idiot.
yeah, which I still am, but I'm a little more educated. So those are my two movies. This whole Star Wars.
Hydrophobia.
No. Star Wars
Fear of
episode.
drowning. That's a part of that. Okay, anyway.
Okay,
Consider-
Henry, on to you.
Okay.
Childhood classic movies.
My first one's James and the Giant Peach.
Ah, you fucking
See
took
you-
mine. Alright, go ahead.
I just remember I used to watch James and the Giant Peach because I had it on VHS. I think the last time I watched it was like right before we got rid of the VHS because I was like, I want to see it on VHS one more time.
Mhm.
And I just remember it mostly because that goddamn mechanical shark, man.
Yeah.
That gave me nightmares as
Yeah.
a kid.
Well, Ricky and I tried to watch that over again like about a
You
year
forgot
ago.
it was a musical.
Yeah, and we forgot it was a musical, and right when they played the first song, we're like, nope, we're good. And then we fucking checked out of that.
Are there that many songs in it?
I don't know, but at the first one, we're just like, nope, we are not in the musical mood. I'd rather read the
We're
fucking
not
book.
in the musical mood. We're not in the musical mood. Not in the musical, not in the musical, not in the musical. Shove it up your
Hey.
ass.
That could be a They Might Be Giants song.
I'm not in a musical mood.
So what's your second movie?
Debbie Does Tell.
I swear to God,
Like-
if you take this other one. Say it.
Is it Yellow Submarine?
Okay, never mind.
Do you want to say Yellow
Yeah,
Submarine?
Yellow
Okay.
Submarine, because I used to watch Yellow Submarine all the time, and it's still one of my favorite movies because it's just so fascinating to watch when you're young.
Oh yeah,
Because it's just like, look at all these colors and the shapes, and this was made in 1968.
yeah. That definitely. I feel like that changed a lot, like for in the animation world of like what they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beatles changed a lot. Just a little band from London.
Come on, John Lennon was the true genius. Have you listened to Two Virgins?
No, shut up. All right,
All you need
Fluffy.
is love.
that's Ringo.
No, I know.
Look at yourself.
Fluffy, Osmosis. What are your two childhood classic movies?
All right, first one. It's one of my personal favorites. A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
Was that the one you were hoping me not to say?
Yes, because you took James and the Giant Peach and shit. But yeah, I really love Tim Burton's movies. Or what his
they seem
earlier
to
stuff.
get worse and worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just tired of his style, or at least I am.
Yeah.
Whenever like I see Tim Burton's attached to the project, I'm like,
Oh, look, another Johnny Depp film.
it's like saying
Coraline.
it's like when they attach Black Ops to the new Call of Duty line, and you just put Black Ops into the title. You're just like,
Black Cops. Call of Duty Black Cops. It's just
Yeah.
not a really
I
friendly
think
guy.
Nightmare Before Christmas was definitely like the height of his filmmaking.
Yeah.
At least for animation.
Love Jack Skellington, man. Plus,
dope.
I'm a big fan of Halloween.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
the holiday, I mean.
You
More-
should go. Have you ever been to Disneyland?
No.
You should go.
Let's go to Disneyland.
During the either Halloween or Christmas for the what's it called?
Space Mountain.
No, for
Haunted
Haunted Mansion. They deck it out in
that's
Nightmare
for
Before Christmas. And it's all themed and stuff. It makes that ride way more interesting than it originally was.
It's still interesting though.
No,
I might have to go
They
then.
do that for Christmas. For Halloween, they do Space Mountain Scary Time.
Yeah, we weren't able to go.
We were too scared.
Look
And
at the
but the
nerd.
line was also fucking
Yeah.
long as shit
But
throughout
then
the
the
whole.
lightning started to go off, and we were like, the line's a little too long, and that was really scary, so let's get out of line.